The strangest and funniest trials in history. History is full of bizarre court cases where animals, objects, and even dead people were put on trial. Here are some of the weirdest trials ever recorded. The infamous monkey trial of Hartlepool. During the Napoleonic Wars, Hartlepool residents found a monkey in military attire that had washed ashore, and mistakenly believed it to be a French spy. They held a trial where the monkey could not defend itself, and an intoxicated judge declared it guilty of espionage, sentencing it to hang. This unusual incident has given Hartlepool a lasting legacy as the town that executed a monkey for spying. The Devil's Egg. A chicken's trial for sorcery. In a 16th-century French village, a chicken that laid eggs resembling the devil's face was accused of sorcery, leading to a court trial. The court found the chicken guilty of heresy and sentenced it to death. This bizarre case, dubbed the Devil's Egg, highlights the absurdity of the situation, culminating in the verdict of death for the chicken. The serial killer who was tried after death. A UK serial killer who died before his trial had his body exhumed and put on trial posthumously. The court proceedings resulted in a sentence of hanging for the deceased. This bizarre case illustrates that even death couldn't halt the legal process surrounding his crimes. The Cadaver Synod, 897. In 897, Pope Stephen VI exhumed the corpse of his predecessor, Pope Formosus, dressed it in papal robes, and put it on trial in a bizarre event known as the Cadaver Synod. Unable to defend itself, Formosus was found guilty, and his body was mutilated and thrown into the Tiber River. This incident highlights the extreme measures the Church would take to assert its authority, even posthumously. The Oak Tree Trial. When nature goes to court. In 2005, an oak tree in Germany was put on trial for obstructing road construction. Locals went to court to determine whether the tree should be cut down or preserved. This unusual case highlights the extent to which legal rights can extend, even to trees, reflecting the peculiarities of the world we live in. By the way, locals won the case and the tree had been cut down. The Moon on Trial, a heavenly case. In the 16th century, the moon was put on trial in Italy, accused of causing natural disasters such as floods, famines, and poor harvests. People sought to hold the moon accountable for their misfortunes. This unusual case highlights that even celestial bodies were not exempt from legal scrutiny, though the moon was too far away to defend itself. The Execution of an English Child, 1629. In 1629, 8-year-old John Dean was sentenced to death in England for stealing minor items. The court, prioritizing a strict sense of justice over the boy's age, upheld the sentence, leading to his tragic execution. This case highlights the harshness of the legal system at the time, where even a child was not spared from severe punishment for petty theft. Such oddities and wonders occurring in the Middle Ages are understandable. But for them to happen in modern times is truly astonishing and perhaps hard to believe. However, this is exactly what happened, as we will see together. Lawsuit against a Boeing 727. Yes, you heard that right, a plane. Why? Because they found a stash of drugs on board. As if the poor plane itself was the mastermind behind the whole operation. And get this. The judge, the prosecutor, the lawyer, and all the witnesses marched over to the aircraft, all serious, and held a full-on trial for a plane. And in the end, the judge ruled to confiscate it and sell it at a public auction. Justice served, I guess. This strange court was held in 2010, just 15 years ago. The Russian Robot Trial. A case of robot rebellion. In 2017, a Russian robot named Fedor was put on trial for not behaving like a human. The robot, made for space missions, somehow started behaving oddly, and they had to test whether it could actually follow orders. The court was skeptical about whether this AI could be trusted or if it was just malfunctioning. Looks like even robots need to prove their loyalty in court. Hopefully, They don't start suing us next. The Chinese robot trial. When technology gets too smart. In 2021, China's robot Xiao Yi, designed to provide medical advice, raised concerns in court due to its questionable responses during testing. The court had to determine whether the robot was malfunctioning or simply too intelligent for its own good, highlighting the challenges of creating an AI that can think critically without getting into trouble. No doubt history is full of bizarre trials, where animals, objects, and even the dead stood before the law. But if there's one thing these cases teach us, it's that justice is not always blind. It can also be absurd. So, what do you think? Which of these trials shocked you the most? And if you could put anything on trial today, what would it be? Let me know in the comment. Thanks a lot for watching.